Let me tell you a story. It was back around December 2023, and at that point in my life, I just started to get like depressed and cynical and nihilistic out of nowhere. I just lost all of my motivation to do all of the hard work, all of the things that I did before, of them, all of the masculine habits that I had. I didn't want them to do anymore. And so from around December 2023 till March 2024, I was in this mode where I stayed disciplined. I still went to the gym every single day. I still record the videos. I still meditate every single day. I journaled, like I did all of the good habits. I was disciplined. But my attitude towards life, my overall mental health, it has tanked since I went into this like depressed mode. But I fixed that. And the way that I fixed my depression was that I got onto what's called the Adonis Protocol. It's Hamza's free self improvement plan. You don't have to like get onto this protocol, but you might as well if you want to fix your life. But for me, it was like a total game changer because I didn't even like change up all of my habits. Like mostly my routine stayed like 90% the same. It's just something has clicked in me and I've got back this like drive and zest to improve till this day. Like I feel fantastic every single day. I don't have any like mental health problems or something like that. But the reason why most young men struggle with their mental health is because their lives are out of order. Here's the thing. You know, all of the like mental health advice on the internet is like is for most of it it's about therapy, it's about like getting some like professional help. It might help. I haven't like been into therapy, like I haven't had a therapy like session or something like that. Like I haven't been to therapy, and so I don't know what it's like, how does it benefit you. So I'm not going to like criticize or like embrace this method of like improving your mental health because I just simply I don't know, I haven't been through it. But the second part is like it's just meditate, journal, like go out into nature. It's like all of the basic like mental health habits. Like you open up like a normal self-improvement mental health video and the guy will just rant about meditation and journaling and fucking like going into nature. It's just the basic shits like ever again. But the problem is that at that moment in my life, I was still meditating, I was still journaling, I was still going out into nature every single week. But I didn't get the results. And I found the reason why. It's like there are two reasons. First of all, your life is out of order, and the second one, your attitude towards life is just it's totally nihilistic. So let's discuss the first reason. Why your life is out of order? Because it doesn't have a schedule and goals. It's as simple as that. You need to design yourself a almost like a perfect day of yours. Like what would your perfect day look like? Like ever since you wake up, what do you want to do? And not just like the pleasureful habits of like I don't know fucking eating Doritos or some shit like that. It's like no, actually design something productive which you are going to be proud of if you just follow it at least like I don't know like 20% of the time. It's like if you do that and you try to follow it single-mindedly, you're going to get the results that you want. You're going to actually be proud of yourself. And that's the one of the reasons why I was depressed in this period of my life. Is just I didn't have something precise in my day to work on. Like I had the like the usual habits of like like wake up at 6:10, fucking do my warm up, like fucking like little exercise in the morning, then cold shower and like the basic shit. But throughout the day, I didn't have any plans. And so I would just like randomly wobble around like from one habit to a different one. So I would just like, I don't know, at 1 p.m. I would like walk around in the nature, and I would just suddenly get a thought that I need to go to the bookstore and like buy some books. Then I would regret it because it's like I have another books that are piling up on my shelf. It's just like it was a total mess. And so to avoid this mayhem in your life, you need to have a precise schedule. It's like, okay, what are you going to do in this hour of your life? And you need to have a thought in your mind that it's never going to be perfect. You're never going to follow it like 100% exactly, like totally right, because life is life. It's like it's going to disturb, it's going to like fucking penetrate into your schedule and just set its own rules. So I don't know if like you have at 3 p.m., let's just say that you need to be in the nature just walking around. I don't know, your parents might tell you that like, yeah, just go and sit with like, I don't know, your dog or something like that. It's just an example. It's like, and you will need to come back home. So life is life, and do not expect yourself to follow this schedule like 100% of the time correctly, rightly. Like, you'll not. It just set yourself a goal that, okay, if I would follow this 30% of the time, and that's my ideal day, so I'm literally following the day that I wanted to live since I was bloody born, you will be proud of yourself. And the second reason is that you don't have the right goals. And here you have to kind of answer the basic, I don't know, like the Jordan Peterson questions. Like I've heard him saying a lot about like the questions that you need to ask yourself, and this is one of them. So, what is that in your life that I would fix, that you would fix, that you would like to fix, and that you would need to fix? And what is it that you would actually want to fix? If you find the answer, go and do it. I butchered the question like hardly right now, but the basic summary of it is that like, what is it in your life that you would need and like to fix? For me personally, right now it's everything about school, because the mayhem, like this little part, this like little dragon in my life is currently in the education system, and I can rant about like why is it all useless, and like why the education system did this and this and this and this and this. Is like, the problem is that I don't solve the problem itself. It's like, okay, I need to do something about, for example, my grades, to improve them and to reduce the unnecessary suffering that I have in my life. It's like, it's not big, but it's going to get bigger if I don't pay attention to it. And so this is the thing. For a lot of guys, it's going to be their physical health. So it's like going to the gym, building a good body. For a lot of guys, it's going to be financial stuff. So it's like earning some money, actually providing for somebody, etc. Like for every single like guy, it's going to be like something different. And if you just get your like, if you manage to get your fucking ass off your couch and just go and work on it, and you have a precise schedule, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this, and at this time, you're going to be, your life is going to be in order, to say the least. And the last point that I want to, the last message that I want to leave to you today, leave you with, the last thing that I want to leave you with today is that you need to change your attitude towards your life, suffering, and basically, yeah. One of the laws of human nature in the book The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, it's like, it's a fantastic book. Like, You should definitely read it. And one of the laws, I don't remember, I think it's 9 for each, something like that, is the law of self-sabotage. And basically, in this law, in this chapter of the book, Green talks a lot about how our minds basically sabotage our own perceptions. Like, everybody wants to live a better life, but our minds consciously make the worst out of it. It's like, I don't think it's like it was written in this book, but of course this is something natural, because imagine like a tribe of hunter gatherers. If they all thought positively that, like, oh, it's all right, we're going to survive, and like etc., like they wouldn't survive. It's like the human mind is already trained to think negatively, but you also have power over your mind. You have power over your perceptions. And so if you have a proclivity towards thinking negatively, this is a point where you need to actually start manually injecting your life with positive things, with positive attitude. Green talks about the story of a Russian writer and author Anton Chekhov. And Chekhov, like, he was born in the Russian city of Taganrog in the 19th century, and his upbringing, it was bloody brutal. Like, he used to come back home, and just he would get beaten up by his father, and his father was like a fucking home tyrant, and he had all of the reasons to be bitter and resentful and just aggressive and nihilistic and cynical towards life. But the thing is, he didn't. He wasn't this nihilistic person who despised everything that is akin to life and to his father. He was the one who was actually trying to save his family, and to some degree it worked. It worked. It's like his attitude. When he changed his attitude from this absolute, like, nihilistic, from this like nihilistic attitude to actually thinking in a more positive way, you know what's happened? His whole life went up. His whole life went in a much better way. He has changed the trajectory of his life into a much better direction. And of course, like, he's one of the greatest Russian authors of all time, and he wouldn't be able to do that if he was like this bitter and resentful and cynical person who he had a right to be, because he was beaten up every single day, and like it's brutal. And we all here do not realize what the life was like in like a pretty like mid-sized town in the Russian Empire in 19th century. So it probably, again, it was something, I wouldn't say horrible, but it wasn't something pleasant. And so with that message and with that story, I hope this will help you, and see you in the next one.